All right. What is happening, everyone? Dr. Red here, and welcome to Resident Evil 2. And I think I've almost got my mic in the perfect position. I've been kind of playing around here and there with like mic positioning and settings. I think I just about finally got it perfectly where I want it. Just twist that back, tighten it up. Alright. That should be good. Okay. So, my bitrate is dying a little bit. So I'm just hoping that clears up. And I promise this is not going to be playing around with my mic stream. I just kind of wanted to mess with it just a little bit. But I think it sounds good. I think I finally got it like in the perfect position, the perfect settings. So what I did, like I'm not a mic expert at all, but basically I watched a little video because I wanted to, because though it does sound good, like in no matter what, it sounds better than what I used to stream with. But I always knew that I kind of wasn't getting the best out of it. So I did a little bit of research and basically, one of the things I did was turn the mic volume, like, put through the system, which is my PS4, up, but turn the actual volume on the mic down. This will make, essentially, since I have no clue of the terms and whatnot, like terminologies, it's going to make the audio that the mic picks up less aggressive. But since I have the system turned up, the mic, the audio that it does pick up is going to be louder and clearer. But having the volume down on the actual mic and having the volume up, you know, where it's going to, essentially, if that makes sense. So it helps it pick up the audio I want it to pick up better and make it louder and clearer instead of being louder and more intrusive and picking up more audio than I want it to pick up. Number two, I think I was being a little bit too close to the mic. Because this is, I think it's called like a condenser mic or something. It's intentionally made to, I think, be a little bit farther. Oh, I forgot I had a different language on. This is very scuffed. I apologize. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, we made it. And also, well, I already mentioned this, but I literally already mentioned this, but I'm farther away from the mic now. Used to, I would be a little bit more, but on my stream, literally paused the moment I got close. I was a little bit more like this, like pretty close. Which doesn't sound bad, but I mainly need a pop filter if I want to do that, so I'm a little bit farther to help with that. I mean, honestly, can I even stream right now? I think my internet is dying. No, it says my bitrate's doing good. Okay. I was thinking that maybe there was some internet traffic, but it says my bitrate is 2700. So as long as it's above like 1800, like I'm fine. Anything below 1800, and 1800 is not like good, but anything below 1800 just starts to look really bad, so I'll usually won't stream if it gets that bad. So yeah, like this, it should pick up less breathing noise and just less intrusive noise in general, but still keeping my voice nice and clear. I never thought I would start getting obsessed with messing with audio, but I guess that's what happens when you actually get like a piece of equipment and you start wanting to try to get the best out of it. But as this is right now, like I'm hearing the stream, I'm very satisfied with how it sounds. I think this is what I'm going to be going with from now on. Like, it's always sounded good. Like, it is dimensions better than an earbud. Before using this mic, I literally used an earbud that just so happened to have a mic on it. It would have very intrusive fan noise. My voice would be blurry, and sorry, I have to pay attention a little bit here. Very intrusive fan noise. My voice would be blurry, and it would pick up everything under the sun. It would scratch against my shirt. It would, again, fan noise. Anything, if a pin dropped in the next stream over, it would pick it up. It just very, very bad. Like, no matter what, this thing will be way better than what I used to use for streams, no matter what. But even though it's better, there's still a right and wrong way to use it. And I think after messing around with it a little bit, I think I finally am using it to its best ability. Because hearing it now on my stream, it sounds great. It's always sounded good, but right now, you know, for a $30 mic, it sounds great. Literally a $30 mic. It sounds really good to me. Also, funny side note, I had that also kind of made it hard to position correctly. I should have done that line better. Is that the tripod that it comes with, I had it on the wrong way. And for some reason, I really don't know why, I never messed with it or tried to make it work better. So it wouldn't hold the mic up properly, and it would kind of point a little bit downwards, which is also not good, you know, for audio. So I fixed that. Come over here. What you doing? What are you doing? That was a weird way for that zombie to act. I've seen it before, but that was really weird. He went out of his way to fall. But anyways, I fixed the little screw on the tripod. It wasn't broken or anything. I just put it on wrong when I initially got it, because I guess I was just too excited to use it. So now I can hold my mic up properly. So I no longer have to stack stuff to sat it on top of. I can just point it upwards like it needs to be. And, you know, so it can properly pick up my voice. And I can adjust it as, you know, just as needed in general. And again, I'm going to stop yapping now. You know, I'm going to continue to yap because I have to do some commentary. But I'm going to stop yapping about microphone stuff that no one cares about. And continue the game. Just one more side note. I'm really satisfied with how it sounds. I feel like I finally got it in like the correct settings, both on the system and the microphone. I never really messed with the settings on the system like I should have. I did a little bit, but not much. But I have the settings pretty much perfect on it now, I feel like, on both the mic and the system. So making the system louder, making the mic quieter, you know, because I don't really know the terms very well. So I'm doing it in small brain terms. So system louder, you know, where it inputs into. The actual mic lower, so it picks up what I want. I don't know why I'm going to Elliot. We can just go straight to Claire. And it sounds good. Correct positioning, fix the tripod, and now it sounds even better. It always sounded good, but now it sounds great to me, how it is right now. Sounds really good, I like it. That was better than I normally done. I'm telling you, I know this game is updated a few times, but unless I'm tripping, used to, when that helicopter would crash, it would knock you back like a decent amount. So if you timed it correctly, hold on. If you timed it correctly and turned around, it would push you towards the door. Not by a lot or anything, but just a little bit. To make it like worth doing. You know what I mean? But now it just seems like when I do it, it just stops you. So it's like, it's not even, it doesn't seem like it's really going to make a difference whether you turn around or not, you know, to save time or whatever. And not, again, I know I say this every time, and I know I say the sentence, I know I say this every time as well, every single time, but I am not a speedrunner. Do not get that wrong. I am not a speedrunner. I am a casual player who likes to play fast and implement speedrun strats, if that makes sense. Now, I can, you know, quote unquote, speedrun this game if I try, but I choose not to because it's too stressful. I've done it before. I've even streamed speedruns of this game before, back in the day. But too stressful. Don't like it. I mean, I like it to a degree. I think I could have just ran past him, honestly. I like it. Speedrunning is fun. But it's just, I don't know, it's kind of stressful. You gotta reset if you mess up really bad. You know what I mean? It sucks when you mess up and you think you have a good run going, but then you mess it up and it's just... I said we would do a shotgun run this playthrough, didn't I? I think last time I played, I said we'll do shotgun next time. Should we do shotgun? I mean, it's not necessarily too late. Oh, I didn't get the key card for it. Yeah. Whatever. I'll make it up next time. Tell you what, if I remember. So no promises, but if I remember, next time I play this game, I'll do a Leon hardcore. How about that? And considering that I play this game all the time, it won't be too long until I do a Leon A hardcore. Specifically Leon A, because that's my favorite. You know, funny enough, and again, I know I say this every time, but I'm going to say it again. I low-key prefer Claire. I promise I'm going to make this short. But I low-key prefer Claire. The reason why in the end of it all, I don't prefer Claire is because of weapons. Because I kind of like Claire's story better. That's probably a hot take. I kind of like Claire's story better in this game. I prefer, this one's probably not a hot take, but I much prefer Sherry's little segment over Ada's. Like, this game is a near perfect game, but one of like the only boring parts of the game, and by boring I literally still mean 8 out of 10, but one of the only like genuinely kind of boring parts in this game is the Ada section. Like, you get that little silly little scanner device and you're scanning things. The entire section is like 3 minutes long. Annette traps you in that room where you scan things. And then you leave. And then you walk to your doom. And then you finally get back to Leon. It's just not very fun, honestly. The only kind of cool part about it is when Mr. X shows up, but it is so unbelievably easy to avoid Mr. X. Woman bow snake. Like, as I've mentioned before, even on hardcore, you can just run and do what you need to do when Mr. X shows up in the Ada section. Uh-oh. That could have been bad, but it wasn't bad, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters, said Kid Masters. That was the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. That genuinely might take the cake for just one of the dumbest, most random things I've ever said. I don't know. I don't know why I thought I should say that. But yeah, since I was yapping about the mic so long, I didn't really do much of a proper intro. But yes, we are playing Resident Evil 2 again. For the quintillionth time, I am playing Resident Evil 2. But can you blame me? I am literally playing one of the best games ever made. And, you know, the crazy part is, too, is that it's a modern game. I mean, there is good games that come out nowadays, but, like, there's not many games that come out these days, and by these days I mean within like the last 10 years, that I would consider like masterpiece worthy. Because gaming, like just about anything, has just become such like a scummy market in a lot of ways. People take the quick way out of a lot of things when it comes to game design. Patches, splitting the game up and making DLCs that you have to buy. You know, when it just, there's not too many games that I would consider a masterpiece these days. Now, DLC inherently, in my opinion, isn't horrible. It's just how it was used. Like, anything can be horrible if done wrong. Like mac and cheese. You can ruin mac and cheese by burning it. You can ruin it by using too much cheese. Man, that look is nuts. You can ruin it by using too little cheese. Of course, my fatso self would use mac and cheese as an analogy. But you get my point. DLC, in and of itself, inherently isn't awful. It can add more and new experiences to games that are already good, long as it's a fair price and fair quality. And not that, and if it doesn't, like, detract from the game any. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you're not missing some of your game to have a DLC available, it's not that bad. It could be worse, am I right? Let me check my bitrate real quick. Yeah, it's a little bit below 1800, but it's not like, you know, it's not dying. A good example of DLC done right would be Resident Evil 7. I think is the perfect example. The only DLC I've ever played for 7 is Not a Hero, by the way. I haven't played the other ones, but I have seen like people play the DLC. And I can safely say, especially when you consider Not a Hero is free, but even if you discount Not a Hero, I never have once felt like I didn't have a full, complete experience was Resident Evil 7. You know, I never played through it and been like, you know, it kind of sucks how I haven't played this DLC. I'm missing out. You know what I'm trying to say? If that makes sense. I've never felt left out by not having the DLC for 7. But, nonetheless, from what I've seen, the DLC for Resident Evil 7 is really good. It's just simply not needed. If you want the DLC for Resident Evil 7, It's really well made, but it's not detracting from the game, the main game, to have it. You know, Resident Evil 7 is not asking, you know, for $60 and then just to have the game essentially split up into parts so you can pay more down the line. You know what I mean? You get a full, like, super well made, complete game. Like, one of the cleanest games you will play from the 2010s, trust me. It will be a super clean, a super, like, content heavy and filling experience. It's very well made, very well detailed, very good paced. The only arguably poorly paced part is, you know, the boat, but, you know, that's neither here or there. That's one scuff on a nearly flawless diamond, you know what I mean? You will never feel like you need the DLCs to fully enjoy 7, yet you will still get a lot of enjoyment if you decide to get the DLCs for 7. And again, Not a Hero is free. You know, arguably the most important DLC story-wise. I don't know about gameplay-wise, but definitely the most important story-wise, it's free. You can argue that Not a Hero feels cut out of the game, you know, kind of chopped up. Because after you choose Mia, canonically, it pretty much splits into 2 different paths before going back to Ethan. It's Chris, and in the main game it's Mia and the boat. And for Chris, it is the DLC Not a Hero. But if, you know, so it does kind of feel chopped out a little bit. Because you see Chris at the end of 7, and obviously some stuff went down with him and Lucas. Because the Lucas arc wasn't fully completed in the main game. So it would, I guess, so I can definitely see how that would feel like it was chopped out. But it's free, so it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I think it's good that wasn't included in the main game, because it keeps the pacing up. Like, it's very oh, why did I go that way? It's very possible that Not a Hero was supposed to be a part of the main game. That might be why it was free. But whether it was cut due to running out of time or cut, again, for pacing, I don't know. But I think it was the right call. So if you feel like you didn't get enough out of Resident Evil 7 and you kind of want that Lucas, you know, part of the story to be kind of fully fleshed out, it's free. So they do not put it behind no paywall. The rest of the DLC is basically just extra. I'm yapping, aren't I? I know I am. Put this away. Okay. Flashbang. Flash grenade. Important to let him grab you so you can not get stunned by the stuff. The grenade. Flash grenade. I can't speak. But yeah, I kind of got a little bit sidetracked. But yeah, this game to me is like masterpiece level, and there's not many games within the past 10 years. No way 2015 was 10 years ago. Was it 10 years ago? Am I tripping? I mean, it's 2025. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I'm going to say within the past 15 years. Which is insane to say. But in my opinion, there's not really all that many, like, near 10 out of 10 games that came out within the past 15 years, because of how kind of scummy, the market has become. As a matter of fact, I could probably name all of them on one hand that I think are masterpiece worthy within, 2010 to 2025. This would be one of them. 7 would be one of them, RE7. Hot take, but I would not put Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild in masterpiece category. That I know that's definitely a hot take, especially for Breath of the Wild, but I mean, Mario Odyssey was really good. But Mario Odyssey for me is like an 8. I don't think it's a 9 or higher, honestly. As good as Mario games are, and as good of a Mario game it is, I think it's one of the more flawed mainline Mario games. Like, there's a lot of flawed Mario games. But as for, like, the big mainline collectathon 3D platformer Marios, like Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2, I guess you can add 3D World if you want to, but that's more of its own thing. And Odyssey, I do think it's one of the weaker ones, honestly. Mainly because it does its most important thing kind of poorly. I don't know why, but I have not been getting the Mr. X dodge lately. So if I can't do the easy Mr. X dodge, I'm just going to start doing the difficult one, okay? So I have finally redeemed. That's like the 4th playthrough that I've done that he is just not doing the punch. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's rust. But I am convinced some of the things are a little bit different. Just like I was talking about earlier with the helicopter crash. It used to knock your character back, and now it's just not. It's just not... What am I doing? It's just not knocking you back. That could actually mess up me really bad. Because that's basically going to give Mr. X a lot of... I think I got him. That's basically going to give Mr. X a lot of extra time to get to me. Can only hope for good luck. But yeah, back to Mario. It's kind of yapping. But, like, don't get me wrong, though. Odyssey is still, again, 8 out of 10 is not a bad rating by any means. In 2017, game from 2017, 8 is not bad, if you ask me. But yeah, you gotta be careful in this part. Don't make silly mistakes like I did. Because that could have been a lot worse if I didn't have healing on me. Oh yeah, I mean Mario Odyssey. I don't think that would be. It would be kind of a hot take, but I don't think that would be like. I don't think no one would beat me up in an alleyway for saying that. But Breath of the Wild, on the other hand, definitely would. Now I've kind of talked about this before, but Breath of the Wild is a good game. But as a Zelda fan, like a really pretty big one, it is not it, dude. I never wanted, one of the most unique and charming and fun game franchises to become just another physics field game. Let's be real. Did we really need Fantasy World GTA? If you ask me, we didn't. Do we even need GTA? If you ask me, we don't. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but Zelda never needed to be a field physics game. It was like the linear Zelda games and just like the older ones in general. Pretty much everything before Breath of the Wild, unless you're talking about some obscure spin-off, is like solid 9 out of 10 games, and like some of them being higher than that. You know what I mean? Breath of the Wild for me is easily like a 7. which is not bad, but when you have the standards of like a Zelda game, you know, that's just not very good. Yeah, my bitrate is not very good this stream. I'm sorry, guys. It's not like I'm gonna go full screen. It's not like unacceptable bitrate. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it. It's not that bad at all, actually. Far from horrible. But it is not as good. That's because of the internet traffic. I apologize. I just wanted to do a late night stream. It's been a long time since I've done a late night stream. And I do want to try doing these more. Maybe once or twice a week. Because I pretty much jumped shift. I promise I won't go on a side note for long, but I pretty much jumped shift from being a late night streamer, super late night streamer, and pretty much overnight, no pun intended, became a morning streamer. And it's been a very long time since I've done a nighttime stream. So I wanted to do one again and, you know, continue doing them more. You know, again, once or twice a week, just doing a little short, I mean, doesn't have to be short, but, you know, a little late night horror stream, you know what I mean? Man, the zombies are so easy to manip in this game. I wouldn't say that's a problem with the game, it's just a fact of the game. Like, it's just, they're so easy to manip. Should not have reloaded there, but we're good. Not really a problem with the game, since no one would know how to manip on their first or second playthrough anyways. But, you know, it's just a fact. They are really, really easy to manip and avoid. Like, almost laughably easy. It's so easy just to run through this game with just the handgun and just run from point A to point B. On hardcore, it's way more challenging to do that, but if you're just playing, you know, the standard game like I'm doing, it's so easy just to kind of just go and not really worry about it. Don't really have enough ammo for this, but I'm going to anyways, because you caused me trouble last time. Luckily, we got an early decap. Alright, Ben Bardacali. But yeah, I know I keep going on side tangents, but Breath of the Wild, good game, but not a good Zelda game. And it's a shame. The worst part about turning things into field games, and yes, I'm going to call them field games, is that you can't really go back. Because how most people look at it is upping the ante. And it's like, how can you progress and then go back? Like, you can't really go back to linear after going open world, because it will always be looked at. The general consumer will always look at it as less or a step down. So now Zelda's in a position where they just need to make the world bigger and add more physics stuff and this, that, or the other. This is a really weird zombie spawn. Like a really weird one. Might work though. Nope. If I was just a little bit... Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay, never mind. If I was a little bit quicker on that Mr. X dodge, we would have made it. The zombies' spawn locations were really weird. Usually, you shoot the zombie on the coming from the right, keep going forward, throw the flashbang, run into that one that I ran into, but I end up running into him too late, so he was too far back. And then you run past everything. This is how you do that strat. But the zombie that was supposed to show up didn't really show up. But dude, Breath of the Wild has so many problems. For one, it being a field game inherently means that it has more flaws than if it wasn't a field game. Because Look at something like Resident Evil 2. Why do you think this game, Dort, and very condensed is so good? Because they can add a lot of time, care, and detail into everything. Like, everything can be meticulously designed. I don't think that's the correct word to use. To be the way they want it to be. And just very well condensed and fleshed out. Because there's way less... there's way less to do. When it's a big field game, inherently, level design, world design, area design, graphics is going to be worse. Because they have so much more of a scale they have to do in like the same amount of time. Usually more time too. Like open world games like that usually get a lot more time to be made. Like how long was this game made for? Maybe, I don't know how long. I'm not gonna say, I'm not just gonna, I can guesstimate. I'm guessing 4 years. 3 or 4 years. No? Yeah, like 18. No, because unless this game was developed during the development time of Resident Evil 7, which is possible. It's possible that they got started on the game when 7 was almost done. But unless they started at the same time as Resident Evil 7, like what, 2.5 years? Because 7 released in 2017, this was 19. That was 2 years after 7. So my guess is that they started sometime later in the development of 7. So 2.5 years maybe? This game took 2.5 years. Breath of the Wild took like 5 or more. Yeah, Skyward Sword. When did Skyward Sword release? I don't know, but all I know is that Breath of the Wild released in 2017. And it was a really long wait for Zelda fans. Because I remember being there waiting for it. So they get a lot more time, but they go with these like crazy scales that they still don't have the world super detailed in the level design. So level design is weaker because they want a field. Graphics is weaker because they want a field. It takes longer for the game to come out because they want a field. And there's a lot of filler to fill in the field, to try to give it the illusion of being fleshed out because they want a field. And I know I'm ranting, and I'm going to sip some water because my mouth is dry because I can't stop talking. Ugh. I needed that. Oh my goodness, I needed that. I need to take a time out after that, man. That was the stinking chug of a lifetime, dude. Whew. I'm sitting here yapping. Like, really yapping. Quick bitrate check. Yeah, the bitrate is not very good right now. I apologize. That is kind of that's really the only downside to late night streams because of traffic. That's why I'm usually normally stream in the morning. Better bitrate. Your boy needed to take a time out after all that yapping and then the massive chug. This thinking Badlands chug, dude. But yeah, that's kind of my problem with open world games in general, is that They just inherently will be weaker in design because of the scale they go with. Like, a really good example is Security Breach. I like the game, okay? It was a good game. I really, really enjoyed it. And, I mean, I don't think most people would even consider it open world compared to the scale of some, like, other open world games, but that game is so scuffed. And I am playing the game like years after it was released. Like, I got all the updates and everything. And though it was playable, it was just so unbelievably scuffed at times. Design-wise, narrative-wise, graphics-wise, glitch-wise, gameplay-wise, area-wise. The game is just so unbelievably scuffed and flawed, man. And a lot of that, most of that problem came to them wanting it to be open world. They needed to scale back a little bit, man. They could have easily trimmed down the scale of the Pizzaplex by like 25, 30%, maybe even a little bit more. And the Pizzaplex still would have felt and looked huge. But they didn't. Clearly. And in turn, we got a very scuffed and flawed game. And not to mention delayed, too, since they had such a big scale they wanted to go with. It made the wait time for the game way longer. Because I remember it got delayed, I believe, twice. Because I remember Scott Cawthon himself, like, he made a game for the fans as an apology to the game taking so long. Like, it was that bad. That's how bad it was getting, like, delayed and stuff, that he made a game. Yeah, it was called Five Nights at Freddy's Fury Rage or something like that. It was something like that. Something silly. Oh, wait, I'm silly. Don't know why I messed that up. Which was basically a parody of, like, Streets of Rage or Fatal Fury. You know, those type of games. But it was, you were playing as Freddy and stuff. It was actually really cool. I played it. Almost beat it, too. You know, that's how bad the game was getting delayed. And despite the delays, when the game was released, it was busted. Busted mess. Very scuffed. And I'm playing, like, the fully decked out patched version. Like, the fully decked out patched version. Like, when did it release? 2021, 2022? Like, yeah, it's had like 3 years or something like that of patches, and then I played it. And it was still scuffed. Like, that's how bad it was. Just because they wanted, like, pretty much just because they wanted to make the scale so huge and go with the open world route. Like, I'm not trying to diss Stillwool. Again, it was a good game. I played it 2 more times off stream. I played it to get the platinum trophy. I finished getting the trophies on the file, and I got that last ending I missed off stream. I got, like, pretty much, like, all the collectibles and stuff for trophies. And then there was a trophy where I had to beat the game without hiding, so I played through. And then, so I beat it twice. And then just recently, like a week ago or something, I played it again off stream. So clearly, you know, there's some good stuff there, and I do like the game. You know, get that out of the way. It's a good game. I like it. It's fun. And Ruin was really cool too. And speaking of Ruin, Ruin was pretty much like proof that they could bring out like a really good product if they just scale it back a little bit. Like Ruin was really cool and really well made. It was like a solid like 4-hour DLC. You know, it was almost a game in and of itself. And though I'm not wanting a 100% linear game, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. But it goes to show what happens if you don't overscale and get over ambitious with stuff. And don't go over what you can do. You can end up making a really good product. Let's see. Put you away, you away, you away, you away, you away, you away. Pretty much put everything away, essentially. Put just about everything away. Hey, welcome on in, dude. Welcome on in. Hey, man, this is the first late night stream I've done in forever. Literally forever. How you doing, my friend? I'm just sitting here essentially yapping to myself about random things no one cares about. Predictable. I'm kind of forgetting what I'm referencing, but it's funny. It's funny. Silly Billy. And Secret of the Mimic, like if you've seen the... Wow, my aim is still awesome after all these years. Undertaker, get up. If you've seen the Secret of the Mimic trailer, like it looks like it's going for a more linear route as opposed to Security Breach. And like, that's good because it proves that Stillwell has learned their lesson. Because Secret of the Mimic, it looks kind of cool. I don't think it's coming to PS4, sadly. Unfortunately. Geese of... Oh, Geese of KOF. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Geese of KOF, but I didn't remember that line. Because when you said Geese, I was like, the only character I can think of in fiction named Geese is literally Geese from King of Fighters. Which... Super side note, I guess it's not too much of a side note, but man, KOF is such a good game, man. Such a great fighting game. Like, it's pretty popular, but I still feel like it's underrated. It gets overlooked a lot by other stuff like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken. I feel like it gets kind of, you know, put on the side a little bit more than those, despite it being one of the best, like, fighting game franchises of all time. I still don't get Tekken. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I guess I'm just being a little soylent because I've never really played it that much, but I mean, to me, Tekken just looks more like a casual, friendly Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter's another one that gets really overlooked. I mean, I guess to be fair, there hasn't really been anything new with Virtua Fighter in forever. I mean, 5 got re-released a couple times, but there hasn't been a new one in forever, so I guess that's kind of valid, but no one's talking about, like, Virtua Fighter and how good it is. It's just always about Tekken. Tekken this, Tekken that. Give me Kage and Akira. Like, those are the true OGs of 3D fighting games. Give me Jackie. How about Jeffrey? Those are the OGs of 3D fighting. And I'm just being a cynical little soylent. I'm cynical at 22. I can't let this happen.
VF plays like the actual 3D fighter they are.
Okay. VF plays like the actual 3D fighter they are? What you mean? Like, do you mean like don't innovate enough? Because if so, I kind of agree. In my opinion, Virtua Fighter peaked at 3. 4 and 5 is still good, but they do not innovate at all. Something like they play like SoCal. I've actually never played SoCal. The only thing I know about Soul Calibur is how Chris Chan created like his teacher. I forget her name. He created himself in that game. And I believe he also created his teacher in the game. And like beat her up or something. Or Clyde Cash or something. And he threatened someone. It might have been Jack Thaddeus. I'm probably getting this all wrong, by the way. But it might have been Jack Thaddeus. I'm not a lisp. That he threatened that he would create him in Soul Calibur and then beat him up. Something along the lines of that. And I know that one of the Soul Caliburs had Link. Which is pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Hey, like I said, my aim is the one thing that will always remain S tier. No matter how rusty I get at this game, my aim will always be like up to stuff, dude. Been good from the start and it will never go bad. It's like honey, it just never goes bad. Man, I'm fat. Oh gosh. Oh, owie bowie. Well, I guess the zombie's just sticking with us. I might literally be one hit from death. I'm not even kidding either. Because in this game, and like a lot of Resident Evil games, there's difficulty scaling. So basically, if you're playing like really good, like me, because I'm so cool, enemies will be more aggressive and do more damage. So considering that's the first time I've really been like hit in like literally forever. And just not much in general. That could have killed me at low caution. Like I was at full fine, I believe, so. Frick. I did that early, but it worked. That was actually really good luck, honestly. Very solid. And there you have it. Successful sewer section. Okay, none of these guys should get up. I hope not. Yeah.
エイダ、あともう少し。
We'll get healing in a minute. Just make sure we have the knife. I still find myself picking up a little bit too much healing in this game. I mean, better safe than sorry, I guess. I should have just brought a grenade to throw in here, but whatever. Also, side note, the plan is still intact. I do plan to stream tomorrow morning, and I plan to start Sonic Colors. Have not played that game since the Wii. I've heard Sonic Colors Ultimate had some problems on launch, and hopefully those are fixed by, with updates. So it's been a while since it's been out. Foul? Really? Are you a Sonic hater? I mean, I know you said it's not for you, but are you a Sonic hater? I hate the Sonic fandom, but I will unleash my Sonic rage. I'm joking, of course. But yeah, I have not played Colors since the Wii, and I'm really excited to play it. And even if it's a little bit glitchy, I'm fine, you know what I mean? I just want to play it, you feel me? You liked Sonic Pinball? You mean Sonic Spinball on Genesis? Or is it like a mobile game? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there's like a little Sonic, like pinball mobile game. But I think you're probably talking about Spinball on Genesis. Which is not a bad game. Not great. It's kind of Sega of America slot, but it's not awful. I'm gonna have him burn a little bit. Excuse me.
Hell yeah, it was Spinball.
Yeah, Spinball. Yeah, it's not a bad game. Pretty valid, honestly. Tell you what, Ken, you need to play some Sonic. You need to try some more Sonic, dude. I think you're just trying the wrong ones. Like, you said you played Sonic Mania, right? Or tried it. I'm gonna be honest, like, Sonic Mania is not a bad game. I'm not saying it is, okay? But it is not my favorite. Not by a long shot. You need to play, like, something like Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Generations. You need to play Sonic Unleashed. You need to play something like that, dude. Sonic 2, Sonic CD. Sonic Mania is good, and good means a 6. Yeah, 6 point. Man, words that right out of my soul. 6.5 is the most accurate rating I could ever think of for Sonic Mania. It's too much of a throwback game, and I'm just gonna be honest, it just never really clicked with me. I've beat the game, not like true ending beat the game, but I beat the game. I've tried it multiple times. I used to own it on Switch. I've tried it on Switch and played it on Switch. I still have it on PS4. I beat it on PS4. I have it on PS4. I've tried it on PS4. I just can't find myself to love the game. Like so many people were saying things like best Sonic game ever and awesome game, 10 out of 10, Sonic's back, whatever that means. He never went anywhere. That's another topic for another day. But like it just didn't click with me, man. I liked and appreciated Sonic OG graphics, so yeah, I see that. But again, I'm not trying to sound like a cynical little beta. Not at 22, goodness grief. But I'm not a very big fan of nostalgia bait. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like throwback games very well. Now, I want to classify, because I'm technically playing a throwback game. There is a fine line between modernizing a classic and reusing a classic, okay? Like, Sonic Mania is blatantly nostalgia baiting. It's not really innovative. It's not really new or different. It's just a fan game, essentially. Literally created by a guy who made like fan game stuff, I believe. Sonic game meant to appeal off nostalgia. And though there's nothing inherently wrong with that, I've just never been a very big fan of those nostalgia style games. Like Mega Man 9 and 10. Like, I haven't played them yet. I will eventually. But I hate how they went from Mega Man 8 that had like animated cutscenes, really good graphics, and it looked really cool, to back to the NES, not really innovating or changing anything, and slapping Mega Man 9 and 10 on it. I'm not a fan of that at all. Mega Man 11 was awesome though. I'm so glad they didn't do that for 11, and they just straight up made something brand new for 11. And you know, they innovated, they added like the gear system and stuff. They added a shop from like, you know, some of the Mega Man X games, kind of like that. Had some really cool bosses and stuff. Like, Mega Man 11 is what Mega Man 9 and 10 should have been, not an NES throwback game. Man, I'm ranting a lot this stream. And I have no clue why. I'm not in a bad mood or anything, I promise. I'm in a great mood. Ugh. But I'm sitting here yapping and ranting so much that I have to keep drinking something because my mouth is going dry. I just won't stop speaking. I blinked. I literally blinked and we're already at the lab in RE2. I've played this game so much, I'm just like on autopilot. And it's not even that bad of a run. Like, I'm rusty because I'm not playing this game every single day anymore. But I'm not doing like an awful run or anything. And I'm just on autopilot. Maybe I could speed around this game if I tried. I could get a sub-hour if I really if I trained on it and changed my routing a little bit and just, you know, worked at it for like a good week, I could probably get a sub-hour run, dude. I could bet I could get a sub-hour run if I just straight up go hard at it for like a week. RGB is the code. Just keep repeating RGB. Just remember RGB cables and you're good. Red, green, blue. Man, I'm yapping. I am yapping. But yeah, Ken, if you can, you need to play Sonic Adventure 2. play Sonic Adventure 2. You can play pretty much any of the classics, but if you want my personal recommendation, Sonic Adventure 2. Amazing level design, great story, music out of this world good. Awesome, just peak Sonic. Okay, it's just peak Sonic. If you play Sonic Adventure 2 and still come to me and say that Sonic is meh, I'll accept it. But you need to play Sonic Adventure 2. If it's possible for you to play it, you really need to try it. Just make sure they're all dead.
I want the Bugfest Sonic games.
Oh, then go for Sonic Adventure. If you're wanting Bugfest, play Sonic Adventure. Sonic Heroes is also buggy. Excuse me. Or Sonic Frontiers. Literally, you saw me playing Sonic Frontiers the other day. It's kind of scuffed. It's a little bit scuffed, not gonna lie. It's a good game, I like it. But it was definitely rushed and scuffed, honestly. But good game nonetheless, though. I like it. I platinumed it too. I just had a lot of fun with it. Usually if I like a game, usually I plat it. If I go out of my way to plat a game, that generally means I liked it. Because I'm not one of those platinum hunters. I got some platinum trophies, but I'm not a platinum hunter. So, if I go out of my way to plat a game, it was probably a pretty good game, in my opinion. Unless your platinum is like really bullcrap, then I probably won't. There's some really annoying platinums out there that are just not fun to do at all. You know, and the worst part is, when you like platinum run a game, it's usually really fun in most cases, but there's usually always one or two trophies that are just a nightmare, like just an actual nightmare.
Or very tedious.
It's always like one or two little trophies that are just awful. Yeah, or tedious. Literally, yeah, tedious or just awful. Either one of the two. Like, Resident Evil 5 was a fun platinum to grind. But there's one trophy. Luckily, it was in the end of the world because I did a cheese strat that I found online. But there's a trophy in Resident Evil 5. Upgrade all of the weapons to max. Get all weapons and upgrade them all to max. And there is a lot of weapons in Resident Evil 5, okay? Now, what I did was the Lionheart method. If you know, you know. But nonetheless, especially if you don't know any methods, that's so silly. It's the only word I can think of it. Like, that's just intentionally super annoying and tedious and grindy for no good reason. Oh yeah, multiplayer trophies. Multiplayer trophies are, ugh. Hate them. Hate them. There's some stronger words to describe it, but I'll just say that I hate them. We got an Ivy. Ooh, I should have brought more. Oh no. Okay, I'm playing with safe. I didn't bring like no sub weapons. I usually have 3 here. 3 or 4. Oh, what? Okay. I heard the audio cue. I didn't know I actually shot one of the oranges. I thought he just ran past me for some reason. My aim was so good when I missed, it still worked, gamers. I'm really cool, aren't I? My attempt at humor. No, oh, wow, voice crack. Voice crack central. About to say I cannot get grabbed here. It's so important that I didn't get grabbed there. Okay. Bitrate check. I mean, I'm sorry, the bitrate's just not good this stream. The entire stream, it's been just rough. That's why I normally stream in mornings. He's chasing me. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I do plan to bring back late night streams though. Like for realsies this time. Like I didn't mention it on, I think I briefly mentioned it on one of my earlier streams, like previous streams, but I didn't mention it in like the Discord or anything because I didn't want to say it unless I knew I was actually going to commit to it, you know. Because I think there has been a couple times where I kept saying like, oh, I'm going to bring back the late night streams, but I never actually do. And I don't like to lie, so instead of saying that I was going to, I instead just did it. And I do plan to start doing late night streams again. Not every night, because, you know, I am more of a morning streamer now, but I would like to start doing late night streams again once or twice a week. Even though my internet usually dies late at night, they're still really fun. Because late night streams are a vibe. Man, I never noticed how creepy this thing was. Look at that. Diddy. And yes, you heard me correctly. All right. Bald?
よしエイダのところへ
Is Diddy bald or something? I didn't think he was. Or maybe I'm reading the room wrong, probably. Okay, grab healing. If I need more than 2 healing, might as well just go home, so I'm not going to bring the next one. Bring an emergency knife. And bring, if I have any, bring the grenades. Yes, I do in fact have grenades. Yeah, if I need more than 2 healings for this guy, then I need to pack my bags, dude. Especially since there's another healing in the boss arena. Yep. This is going to kill a bit, right? So I apologize in advance. And whether you accept that apology is up to you. Whether or not, I believe was the correct way to say that. Oh man, he actually got me. I was trying to no damage that. I might get a quick kill. Nah. He's practically dead, by the way. I should know. He just can't die kind of during this little fit he's throwing, but he'll die like the moment he can. One more hit. I think this will do it, actually. Look. Yep, see? Heals that one hit from death. Because once he does that little, like, roar and then picks this thing up, he literally can't die. So after he's done, he'll literally be at, like, one hit from death. If you kill him during that. Grill him? Facts, dude. Going to have some grilled G3 for dinner. I've already had dinner, but dinner part 2. Late night dinner, extra dinner. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. Okay, please laugh. Did I say laughed? Did I put a T at the end of that? I hope I didn't. I truly and honestly hope. Whatever, we'll forget that. We'll let it pass. We'll let it Fortnite battle pass, dude. The emo, dude. I remember seeing that last stream too. Well, why won't you look at that? The bitrate went up just a tiny bit for the end of the stream. Let's go. I mean, it's passable. I mean, not passable, but it's not like impossible to watch or anything. It's just like pixely. So I do apologize for that. But whatever. Let's wrap it up. Playthrough number 827. Let's go. Resident Evil 2 playthrough number 8 quintillion and 23 in the books. See if I can get a... I'm just running, honestly. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah. Seems like you can run from the first one, though. A little bit better than I thought you could. I'm telling you, Mr. X is just not going for the Mr. X, like, dodges anymore. It's weird. Maybe it's me, but he's never doing them. See? It's weird. If I go in, like, any closer than that, he's going to do a quick swing, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the big swing. It's weird. He's just not doing it anymore. It's a really easy strat, too. But Purpose is not letting me do it. Alright. We don't need anything else. Again, if I need more than 2 healings, I need to just pack my bags and go home, bruh. But I am home. It's the plot twist. It's like the Hajime no Ippo plot twist, dude. Why Hajime no Ippo? I have no clue. Well, I mean, the reason why it's Hajime no Ippo, because we are dodging everything this guy is throwing at us. Actual Dempsey Road tech, dude. Please don't hit the rock. Please don't hit the rock. Thank you, you kind soul. Okay, he's going to hit the rock this time, though. I know it. Yep. Aw, man. I almost did a damage with Mr. X. Maybe we can do a no healing Mr. X. That'll be good enough for me. Please don't hit the rock. Please don't hit the rock. It's so hard to avoid the rock swing that he does when you're really up close. Alright, that should be it. Yep. Dude, the fact that the fact that I have played this game so many times, I knew that's when the boss was going to end. I knew the boss was over. That is wild. I have played this game so many times. I literally said it was going to end right when it ended. That is insane.
Down to a pixel perfect.
I have played this game too much, dude. Hey, thanks for that. Super quick snipe, by the way. Down, yeah, nearly down to a pixel perfect timing. I said like, all right, we're good now, or something along the lines of that, or that should be it. And like 1 second later, the cutscene happened. Like, come on, dude. I need water after all that yapping. Yeah. Okay. Now, luckily for us, Wang is not here. If he was, he would force us to do a tofu run right now. But since he's not here, I can end the stream peacefully.
Bring it.
Excuse me.
Do it.
Do it? No! Only Wang has that power, dude. Bring the... What?
I need it.
I need it. But it's tofu. You don't even play as Claire in tofu. Frick it.
And I am doing two-hand Italian gesture. Tank top.
Two-hand Italian gesture.
Oh,
Tell you what, Ken, next time I play Resident Evil 2, which will not be long, by the way. It won't be too long. I might go ahead and do one tomorrow, I'm not gonna lie. Stream Sonic Colors in the morning, and I might do a Claire playthrough tomorrow night. If I do a Claire playthrough tomorrow night, I will message you on Discord before I do. And we will fulfill your wishes. Because who am I? Oh crap. Who am I to deny it? This one's for Wang. Because I know good and well... Okay. I was about to say, thank goodness he didn't bite my ankle. I know good and well Wang would want this. I mean, yeah, this is really the only optimal way to go. We're going to wait till we're like one hit from death, and then we're going to use that. And we're going to survive as much as we can. You know, the crazy part is, it was a long time ago now, but every time I did Tofu Run at the end of a Resident Evil 2 playthrough as kind of a joke, I never ever once expected to actually beat it. Because the Forest Survivor was really hard. And I never necessarily... Like, I try to win when I do Tofu Run. But I'm never like 100 and... Oh no. I'm never like 110% committed to win, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? I'm not stressing over winning. I'm just kind of doing it, and if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. But once, I actually did it. Okay. Use her to kind of avoid the dog a little bit, I think. Don't bite me, don't bite me. Good boy, good boy. Okay, not bad. Yeah, it was crazy. The one time, I don't know which stream it was, but I did a Tofu Run and I won. Yeah, the bad thing is that the ankle bites and the back ones, you can't knife them. And that messed up everything, by the way, because now these guys are... Maybe not. Yeah, maybe I can just... There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, but the bad thing about the ankle bites and the back bites, you can't knife them to avoid it. You just have to take the damage. Hey, we might can do tofu run again. That would be pretty crazy. That would actually be pretty crazy if we do it. I'm about to sneeze. Oh no. Dude, the 3-piece. That ruined the run, by the way. I want to note that. Oh my gosh. I want to preface that really did ruin the run. I wanted to make it way farther than that before using it. Oh no. It's not the first time I've done that. Okay, it's not that big of a deal at all, really. Like, you get plenty of knives with tofu, so don't be scared to use them to get a zombie off of you. It's those you gotta avoid. Like, if you can, if you know you're gonna take a bite, just let them do it. So you can knife them. Because you can use that to avoid getting bat bit. Does that make sense? Look at him, makes him less aggressive. Don't know why, but it does. Doesn't feel like it. Just like here. I could have went for it to try to run past him, but just take the knife. Just let him take the knife. Oh, nice. Again, let him bite from the front. Take advantage of those iframes. Because again, you get plenty of knives. I never knew how to avoid that one. I mean, we're making it pretty far. The only problem is that I had to use the healing early. It's really the only problem. Okay, I want Mr. X to come down this hall a little bit. Perfect. Want to have a little bit more time to run from him. Take the knife. It's all yours. Take the knife. It's all yours. Okay, now we're using too many knives. Go for some Sundubu. I know I massacred that. Let me look that up. Man, that looks good. Oh, Korean spicy tofu stew. Yeah, that looks good, dude. I'd try it. Seeing tofu made me want it, yeah. I think you might have mentioned something about it last time I did a tofu run too. I almost remember you saying that before. Yeah, I think the correct way to go was the right. 2 knives, right? Yep. 2 knives, and then I gotta start dodging or tanking.
Tofu are freaking amazing.
Well, the run ends here, gamers. I went the wrong way. Yeah. I didn't remember which way I was supposed to go. I mean, a decent run, I guess. Could have been worse. Soybean.
Upho, was that a crazy message?
Nah, it wasn't. That was a little notification when you pop up like the little PlayStation screen or whatever. Alright. We tried. Excuse me. But 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes to do that first tofu run. The one I actually did. Let's see. I only completed these like once. Might need to redo those one day. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and end it here. That was our Resident Evil 2. Was nice doing a late night stream again. I definitely will be doing these more often. Again, at least once or twice a week. I might do one tomorrow. Again, if I do a late night stream tomorrow, it will be Resident Evil 2 again, but with Claire, as Pet promised. Only No Way Out I haven't finished. It's really not worth finishing, dude. It's not fun at all. There's actually like a file. Like literally the reason, yeah, records. What am I doing? The reason why I've never tried finishing these records like I did with RE the Remake is because one of them is essentially doing it again, but with another stipulation. It's one of these, it's basically doing No Way Out, but with only so much pistol ammo or something. And though I don't think it would make it that much harder, it wouldn't really make it that much harder. It's just I don't want to do it again. It's one of these. I just don't. Maybe it's the Ghost Survivor ones. Yeah, okay, this is it. Like, rewards Egghead. Interesting. It's kind of weird that you don't unlock these for the main game, only for the DLCs. Yeah, it's really not worth doing. And in all honesty, the Ghost Survivors, it's just not that fun. All the Ghost Survivors is basically just more of Forgotten Soldier and like, yeah, Force Survivor, Tofu Survivor. It's just more stuff where it's like a section of the game was 10 million enemies in it. Nothing new. Yeah, just filler. Like Resident Evil 2. That literally, I wouldn't really even call it a problem with the game because it has nothing to do with the main game. But like a problem with Resident Evil 2 is that it did not get the DLC treatment that 7 did. Not at all. The DLC in this game is like barely even worth mentioning. It, like nothing new at all. It is just same areas that you've been to, but it switches your character and like adds 10 million zombies. That's really all it is. Some of the new enemy types are cool, like the Pellheads. Like you saw those in the remake. But for some reason they're not in the main game. And the poison zombies are cool.
This game is already packed, so
But that's
I guess
really
it's
it.
pretty much worth it.
Yeah, like the base game though, yeah. Again, it really has nothing to do with the base game. Like the base game has Leon, Claire, huge, not even like a huge map to explore, just a map super duper detailed that it feels huge, which is better in my opinion. And you got the second run, all kinds of weapons. Like the second run gets you new weapons as well. Leon, you get different weapons. Claire, you get different weapons. The B scenario, you get different weapons. Like all kinds of stuff. So yeah. But anyways, I'm yapping like I have been this entire stream. So going to end it here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. 90% chance that I'll stream tomorrow morning and start Sonic Colors, and I might also do a late night stream tomorrow as well with some more Resident Evil 2. So see you then.